What y'all eating? What y'all eating this morning? What y'all eating? Or what have you eaten? Or what y'all about to eat? What you about to eat? Be appropriate now. Be appropriate. Nobody thinking about that. Oh, that was only me. That was only you. That's a reflection. Take your own advice. You be it. Yes, it is. You be appropriate. You gotta see how you project on us. Right. Just putting your stuff on. Whole time is you, though. Whole time is you. I'm just saying, we are like-minded.
Couldn't be more deserving. You got me cloud surfing, cloud surfing, cloud surfing. You got me.
Okay. Yes, well, good afternoon. Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Welcome back to Love Hers 808. I hope y'all are eating y'all pancakes and sipping on some coffee right now as well. What y'all brunching on today? Hey, what y'all brunching on? Let us know. Hey, Jeanette. What's up, Miss Lady? Good to see you on. Let us know. What y'all eating? What y'all eating this morning? What y'all eating? Or what have you eaten? Or what y'all about to eat. What you about to eat. Be appropriate now. Be appropriate. Nobody thinking about that but you. Oh, that was only me. That was only you. That's a reflection. Take your own advice. You be it. Yes, it is. You be appropriate. You gotta see how you project on us. Right. Just putting your stuff on. Whole time is you, though. Whole time is you. I'm just saying. We are like-minded folks. Somebody was thinking it too. So I'm sure you weren't the only. You're not the only one on that particular frequency at this point in time. Really? You're crazy. But anyway, this coffee good too. You did a great job with breakfast this morning. Stop playing with me. Thank you, baby. Welcome. You're welcome. So today, what are we talking about? What are we talking? We didn't do our introductions. Oh yes, okay. Yes. Hello, family. Beautiful. Hello. Gorgeous. Haiti. She got the blood of Haiti running through her vein. Hey. The face of a goddess, and it's written in the name. Hey. Praise the Lourdine, I'll never be the same. That's me. No, for real. I'm Lourdine, Jean-Francois, clinician and women's empowerment coach. And this lovely... I am Ms. M to the Z to the Z, a.k.a. Shantae to friends and family. Representing Eat the Cake Band, you know. Eat the cake. That dope song y'all heard playing. That was Eat the Cake Band. And just so you know, all those who are in the DMV, we do have a show tonight. Talk about it. Come down Hamden in Baltimore at Sisimo's. Right, I always get the name pronunciation a little wrong, but hit it. Come through. Go to our page and you can check out all the other details. Yeah. You working this weekend? You had a show last night. Oh my God, which was so good. We met some good folks. Connected with some good folks last night, man. The best sound system I think we've had in a very long time for us as a live band, a live rock band. Yeah. So it's very important. You did so well. Thank you, baby. And your stage presence, you really you have this energy about you. It's like a combination of all the greats. You know, I can't name them all, but all of them. You're trying to make me blush. No, you work the stage. You like you can feel. Like you can feel your energy in the song, and it's all over your body. You know, it really is. I'll be bringing my ancestors with me. That's it. Let's say that's what has to be that because I mean, it's powerful. So what else could it be? Thank you. Yeah, but you know, you're really good. Oh, thank you, baby. You really are. You're welcome. I have put in my 10,000 hours, just so y'all know. Clearly, you know how they say to perfect a skill. Put in them 10,000 hours. We've been doing this for a minute. Yeah. And it shows. Kudos. You all did extremely well last night. Thank you, love. So come check them out tonight if you all are in the Baltimore, the DMV area. What's the name of the place again? Sisimo's. What time? Sisimo's. I believe doors open at round about. Oh my God! Here goes the English accent, you guys. Oh my God. Go on. Around about the 6:30 hour. No, I don't even know what accent that is, but I just like it. Sometimes I do it, but she just like reminds me of this accent when I see her sometimes, her face. Because you know how you be like, remember when I kept messing with you?
Yes. Yes.
I would like some orange juice, please.
When you were making fun of me. Yes, I do remember.
I was not making fun.
Yes, you were.
We were laughing together.
She asked me what I wanted for dessert, right?
That's what it was.
She asked what I wanted for dessert.
For dessert, y'all.
And I gave an interesting answer, but it was what I wanted for dessert. I said I wanted some orange juice.
Right. And I was just like,
because you're rude.
It just seemed very like proper, and it made me feel like I would like some orange juice, please.
Please don't get it started again. Do not get it started again.
I just thought
Did
it
you
was funniest.
You were on that tangent for like 15 minutes.
It's
like
hilarious
crying.
to me.
You were crying, laughing. It was the only
I'm sorry,
one laughing.
guys.
No, Sky, our daughter, was laughing too.
She was laughing,
but
she was laughing too.
it was funny until like maybe the 30th time you said it. I was like, okay, T, we've gone far enough. You know,
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Get her out of here. It's over. It's over. I have that tendency, yes.
it's okay though. I mean, you like to keep a good thing going. You
Oh,
know?
man.
And laughter is healing. So
It is. I think that's one of my happy thoughts.
that's
I think about
that
that.
particular moment. I'm glad we were able to create that together.
Because you have to do your head like this for some reason. I would like some orange juice, please.
Like a proper old English woman. Then this is her mocking me, guys.
No,
This
it's
is why
not.
This is why I'm not laughing. But you all can laugh.
I'm not mocking you, honey. It's quite beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just your poise and your grace, you know.
Thank you, dear.
You know, there's that Haiti blood.
Yes.
Right. I don't know I'm doing English, though, but...
I'm not really sure.
It's the properness.
It's the properness. And
properness
the
of it all.
articulation of the words.
Articulation.
Oh, here we go. So that was like a little Caribbean addition
Yeah, I don't know.
to that.
I'm all
That
mixed
was,
up.
It's fine.
I'm
Just express yourself. Can we tell people about how you, like when we go to Dunkin' Donuts?
What do I do?
Now, this is not intended to be a generalization at all, but the Dunkin' Donuts near our home,
Okay.
most of the people that work there are of African descent.
Okay.
Right?
True.
And
Oh.
for some reason, as soon as they get on the mic and ask, can I have your order? All of a sudden, she has this African accent. I'm just like, what is going on? Talk about switching.
No, it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose.
And I don't even think, well, when I mentioned it to you, I don't think you even realized you did that. Or maybe somebody else had said something to you.
Somebody
about it
else
before.
did. Somebody has said that to me before, but it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what ethnicity it is. It's like if somebody is Asian and they're talking to me, or they're Spanish, it's like I just find myself talking in that way. It's not to be disrespectful, I promise.
Not to be disrespectful at all.
It really isn't, because I'm
know.
doing it. I don't even know. I just get like,
Maybe it's out of admiration.
I think so.
Yeah, you like the way that they sound.
It just picks up. I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know. It's not to be offensive, guys.
No, at all.
Because I forget who told me that too.
I think it's just told you that. Ty.
Was it Ty?
I think so.
Can't remember. But yeah, I mean, it does happen. Sorry, guys. It's but you know what did you tell me? You told me something.
What?
You gave me some type of therapist perspective on it.
Did I? I
Yeah.
don't recall.
You had something to do with empathy.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see myself saying that. Something having to do with that, for sure.
Right. But I know I would just like, I would like some orange juice, please.
Save me. Help me.
All right, that's enough. I promise, no more.
Okay.
Well, I can't promise, but
Okay. You'll do your best, I'm sure.
for now,
Aren't we all
So-
doing our best?
we are doing our best.
We are.
We are, right?
Yeah.
So today we are talking.
Talking about
What's the quote?
chit-chatting. Oh, this quote.
I love
yes.
the quote because this is the topic today.
This is the topic today. So, The quote by Teach Not Han. Mm-hmm. Right?
Teach Not Han.
Teach Not Han. Very good. See, that's when your accent comes in handy. I see what you did there. So,
I don't know if it's right, but sounds right.
So I love this quote by Teach Not Han. You must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. Ooh.
One more again.
Ooh, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free.
See, that's a different type of love.
That's a different type of love.
Different type of love. That is a secure, mature, you know what I'm saying, grown type of love.
That's the essence of love.
Yeah. And you know, I don't want to say unfortunately, but
because we're all learning and growing.
You know, we're all learning and growing. I've been there, done that, where you can get in relationships and not feel free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about feeling free to do some old wow stuff.
Yeah.
But like just feeling free in who you are.
Free to be who you are.
Free to be you. You know what I'm saying? Not locked in a box or not even feeling controlled. You know, possessed, like you're a possession. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ooh, like
I've been there.
that. Yeah. Those are real things, but all those come from, you know, insecurity.
Fear.
You know, fear. It's all fear based. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the only reason why you would try to control someone or try to control the whole relationship is because you're fearful of what will happen if you let go. You know what I'm saying? And you know how that quote where it's like, if you love someone,
Let 'em
you
go.
let them go. And if they come back, blah, blah, blah.
And you know.
Then you know, right? And that's a hard thing to do for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have this false sense, this illusion
Yeah.
of control. But like, I think as we grow and learn, we realize, especially when you have kids.
Oh, they teach you. They teach you.
My
don't they?
Lord. You realize you do not have control. You think you have control. And you can be fooling yourself. Your ego will convince you
that you can control
that
another
you
person.
can control another person.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah.
We can barely control ourselves.
Hello?
That's the hard enough discipline as it is, just trying to control yourself.
Right.
Control your emotions, your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Mastering.
Master, right? And I don't even like to use the word control because I just feel like that's it's just an illusion in itself, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Because you don't really control your emotions.
You master them.
You master them, right? You
Yeah.
maneuver them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You flow with the energy.
Yeah, you're using my words. Okay, so that's what I do. I teach people how to master their emotions. And
There
their
you go.
minds.
Yes,
so they
bring
can
it
live in,
down.
they can live in the flow.
Because she's a masterful coach
Well, thank you.
and a masterful therapist.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Abundant consulting.
Yes, abundant
And
consulting.
Better Days.
And Better Days Counseling.
Yes. Check her out, y'all. Check
Thank
her out.
you. Thank you
For sure.
for the advertisement. That was sweet.
And she had an amazing masterclass yesterday
Thank you.
with the powerful women of abundance.
Yes.
It was amazing. Free masterclass she did, and she does them quite often. So make sure you check her out
Yeah.
on her pages. You know, join Powerful Women of Abundance.
Yes,
her private
Facebook.
Facebook group. Yeah, gives out so much great information and insights.
Yeah, the energy was powerful.
Yeah,
on
totally.
Yesterday's call.
Totally.
Really, it was. So thank you, and thank you for your help. You helped me. You was my tech person, my co-host yesterday. You know, that's love. That is love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, control. Yes, and
Right.
the illusion of control.
Illusion of control.
And really, it's a tool that our ego sells,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a tool that we use when we don't trust in a higher power, trust in the greater good, trust ourselves, trust ourselves to be okay, regardless of what challenges may come up in our lives, you know. So really, it's really all about trying to avoid fear.
And pain. Trying to avoid pain. And that's like impossible.
It is. And in fact, what happens, I asked this question to some of my clients, like how do you get out of quicksand, right? How do you get out of quicksand, babe? Do you know?
I don't want to tell.
Okay, if you grew up in our era, I feel like we around the same age. I'm a little bit younger than her. Yeah. Hey, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. If you remember those, like the cartoons and the movies with characters who would be in quicksand, right? And how they would try to fight out of the quicksand and really try to fight out of it. And what happened, and if anybody knows, drop a comment, what happens when we try to fight out of quicksand is we sink even deeper, right? We sink even deeper. And yes, it makes sense because the knee-jerk reaction is, let me fight against, let me get out of here. But as it comes, in terms of our emotions and in terms of quicksand, right, the more you resist, the more that you try to fight against, the deeper you sink in. So this whole act of avoidance, this illusion of avoidance, it really is a Band-Aid because it leads you exactly into what it is you say that you don't want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You're going to find yourself there.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it? The more you resist, the more it persists.
Yeah, the more you resist. What you resist persists.
What you resist persists.
Exactly.
So, that brings us to our point of today's topic. Of we wanted to give some tips and stuff that we have been learning. In our own relationship of pretty much of how do you argue in a relationship?
Indeed.
With your partner.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that just gaining more insight, because like when partnerships, right, healthy partnerships allow you to grow. You know what I'm saying? So when you experience challenges within the relationship, that's an opportunity for growth for both of you, right? If you choose that route. So with that being said, like just getting more insight on the importance of like knowing how to argue, right? And these things you don't really hear a lot about because a lot of people like to act like they don't argue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not normal, but it actually is.
It is.
It is, and it is necessary so that you both can grow. You know what I'm saying? And take that opportunity to grow and learn more about your partner and more about yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? And so we thought it would be very helpful to give some tips, things that we've been learning and things that we've been applying on how to argue, because you can be, and I've had previous experiences, you can be in a relationship and when you argue, it could just be all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And both people are heightened. Yeah. Nothing's getting accomplished, solved. Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully, people aren't like staying in violent situations, right? When it gets to that point. But you can be in a violent, verbal, emotional altercation.
Yeah.
And once you experience something like that, and you guys haven't properly repaired, you know what I'm saying? Those situations, that stuff lingers. Yeah. That stuff sticks. It sticks on the walls, sticks on the curtains, it sticks on the bed, the comforter. It's all in the atmosphere, the energy of it, right? And and most importantly, it stays in your heart, right? And then that could bring about discontent,
and resentment,
and so then the next argument, it's piling up,
exactly,
because those things were never repaired. People are feeling hurt, not loved, uncared for, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know what I'm saying, it's just like y'all just can't make it work no more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to learn how to argue,
right?
To learn learn your partner's triggers and your triggers, to deal with traumas, you know what I'm saying? That oftentimes, you know, when in arguments with your partner, it's usually not even about what y'all arguing about.
Often,
you know what I'm saying?
Oftentimes it's about what's beneath the surface.
What's beneath the surface, right? So how do we get beneath the surface so we can really get to the root? Because you can't just keep putting band-aids on things, right? And circling around topics without actually, like, let's get to the bottom of it. What exactly is this about? Because it's usually not what the person is saying it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
it's usually about an unmet need.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
An unmet need, whether it's the need for connection, the need to feel safe, or the need to feel satisfied. Those are the three basic human needs. So at the root of every want or apparent want that comes up in a relationship, there is a need that needs to be met.
There's always a need, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also with that need, like, are you able to express that need? Because expressing that need requires a certain amount of vulnerability, right? And a lot of people don't want to be vulnerable, because it leaves them exposed, right?
It's too scary.
It could
for
be
a lot
scary.
of us. Yeah,
makes you feel unsafe because you're not sure when you do express that need if that need will be met.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you don't know what that's going to do to you if you say,
yeah.
I would like it if, or I would love it if, I want you to. It makes me feel this way when this happens. So could you?
Yeah.
Right? And then when you say whatever that need is, and if it's not met, then it could leave people feeling a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Disappointed, rejected, even abandoned, for sure.
Yeah. And it could trigger from traumas in your childhood.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When you asked your mom for this, or when you didn't, or your dad, or your, you know what I'm saying, brother, sister, y'all know what I mean. But because a lot of those, like I was learning earlier about how, you know, you get your main like characteristics or the way that you deal with situations from two of the most important people in your life. And it's your parents. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And you learn this stuff not even from what they're teaching you by telling you, but what you observed when you were growing up. And specifically,
we soak it up.
Yes. Like sponges, right? Specifically from the ages of 0 to 7. Right? It lays out this blueprint for you. So what you heard, what you felt, what you experienced, you know what I'm saying? What you saw.
What you observed,
all of those things from 0 to 7 kind of lay this blueprint of how you will be or respond in your relationships when you're grown.
Absolutely. It lays the blueprint for how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you see the world.
Exactly. And so that's deep, because a lot of people may not be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? And you might think that, oh, well, my mom acts like this and my dad acts like this, but I will never. Most times you are. You're doing it like your subconscious, because your subconscious, especially from 0 to 7, is recording. Like, and it's in, what is that? Theta. The theta wave subconscious stage, right? So basically, like, it's going straight to the subconscious. So that's just straight programs, right? Your subconscious is way more powerful than your conscious mind. So when it's recording everything, and it will play it back whenever it wants. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever it wants. Yeah, because we don't develop an analytical mind until around the age 7.
Right. So like you're not even aware of what was recorded, and then you're playing it back. So you're doing it unconsciously, and you might not be aware that you could be the exact same image of your dad or your mom, and you know what I'm saying, and you and consciously you're like, oh hell no, I'm not. But
even to the point of saying I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be like my mom or my dad. And what we know is you get what you focus on, whether you want it or not. So even saying I don't want to be, that's what you're bringing into your experience. You know.
So that's deep, man. It's deep. Relationships is some deep rooted work.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Inner reflection,
Yeah.
right?
And because we can't control other people. Like that's the root of the work.
That go more with that.
Yeah, I mean, I always say we said something to this effect a couple of weeks ago. Like relationships give our souls the greatest opportunity to grow, right?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like realizing that you really don't have control over other people that pulls you into a place of surrender, right? A place of surrender, and then the realization that you're already everything that you need. Right, but change, like Robin Sharma says, is really difficult on the front end, messy in the middle, and beautiful on the back end. Right, yeah. So relationships give you an opportunity to go through that evolutionary process where you're realizing not only can I not control other people, but I don't really need to do that.
You don't,
right? Because I'm okay.
Yeah.
And
you need to focus on yourself.
And you need to focus on yourself.
Because really, it's not selfish, right? It's you focusing on yourself and your inner good, your inner growth, right? Allows the other person to do the same
thing.
So we go back to this free thing.
Yes.
Right?
That's
how you feel free.
That's how you feel free.
Because it's like, okay, I'm going to manage me. You're going to manage you. And we're going to conjoin together and grow together.
If that's what's meant for us to do.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when if you're trying to control the other person and then try to control yourself, I'm wondering, like, when people try to control other people, do they even worry about themselves? Like, do they even do the inner work? Because I'm just feeling like that's a disconnect.
So something somebody told me the other day, which really gave me a different perspective. Like when we're in relationships with people, we focus on their actions, but we focus on our intentions.
That's true. Yeah.
Right? So if I know that I'm intending to show up in a different way, but and that's my intention. I may not actually be doing it.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm focusing on when it comes to me. But I'm looking at your actions, not even knowing your intentions, and knowing that you are probably just as intentional as I am to do something different, but I'm looking at what I see.
True.
And I'm in essence not really seeing you from a positive perspective, a perspective from which we're all doing the best that we can.
Yeah. And basically, like, I'm giving myself the benefit of the doubt,
and not you,
but not you.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And I've experienced that.
Yeah.
It's something to work on. You know what I mean? It is. And so yes. So some tips for these things. Well, that would be one.
Yeah.
Is to
see.
Give your partner the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to give, like, when you are in this contrast.
Yeah.
And whatever that thing is, being able to first take the space to reflect rather than react.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that can be challenging. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it triggers a trauma. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to give it some space.
Gotta be willing to walk away from it if emotions are too high.
Are too high. But you gotta come back. You know what I'm saying? Like give it some space, but you gotta come back because we can't act like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Because then it just gets swept under the rug, and we already know what's going to happen with that. It's going to pile up. So for one, is like being able to respond.
Yeah, instead of reacting.
Yeah, instead of reacting. And one way that you can do that is by keeping in mind, right, that your partner loves you, right? Your partner cares for you. Your partner wants to see the best for you, and giving them the benefit of the doubt. So like telling yourself that in the heat of the moment.
Absolutely.
Hopefully helps you give it some space rather than thinking that your partner is trying to attack you or, criticize you or, doesn't love you or, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Becoming the observer. Yeah.
Yeah. Becoming the observer is big, right? And because when you become the observer, you connect back with source or God, Allah, whatever you want to call that higher power. You observe your thoughts, right? Well, let's say the thoughts, because they're not necessarily your thoughts,
The thoughts,
right? Because
yeah.
if you can observe thoughts that are coming,
then they're not you.
are they right? Are they really you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are programs that are running, and so when you observe them now, you can have more control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can maneuver a little better because they're not necessarily your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And what else?
I think, yes, giving your partner the benefit of the doubt, asking ourselves,
What's up, Chanel? Hey.
hey. A question that is good to ask is, do I want to be right or do I want to be love?
That's a good one. Do you want to be right?
Do you want to be right?
Or do you want to be married?
Or do you want to be married?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to be right or do you want to, grow this partnership?
Yeah.
Right? And if the answer is I want to be right, then it's not a good time to try to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Not a good time to have a conversation at all. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
What's up?
So yeah, do you want to be right or do you want to be loved? Because whenever the goal is to be right, to prove ourselves right.
Yeah, talk about it.
We are, hey. That's Asia. Hey lady.
Welcome.
We look forward to seeing you two in a bit.
In a bit.
Can
I
you
won't
go with
go
this
ahead.
orange juice.
Go ahead.
But yes, whenever when we have this desire to be right, we have to know that we're operating from a place of ego.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Operating from a place of ego, operating from a place of pride. And so whenever we're operating from that space, we can't even really experience love because pride and love are two different vibrations.
Definitely.
Right? Pride is of a lower vibration. So if you ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be loved? And you want to be right, that's your ego. You need to give yourself a minute to, again, step back, become the observer so that you can respond instead of reacting from a place of fear, in a place of lack. Essentially.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing, too, because, think about that. If you are the one that just wants to be right? You want to prove your point. That also could indicate some feelings of unworthiness, would you say?
And inadequacy.
Yeah, inadequacy, trying to prove your worth, right? So, because every time you're right, you feel better, I was right. But at the end of the day, you're right, and then what? Right?
And then what?
Y'all
by
just,
yourself.
Right, you be right by yourself and damaged by yourself, and then you can't repair because you're too busy trying to celebrate your win.
Yeah.
But is it really a win?
Is it really a win?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? It doesn't matter if you're right. You know what I'm saying? And that's another viewpoint that I feel like that we've learned just from tips that we've been, listening to is about when there's a contrast in the relationship, a challenge in the relationship, is not looking at it as the challenge as if you guys are opponents.
Yeah, same
but
team.
Actually, you're on the same team, right? This is the problem. Y'all on the same team, and y'all trying to work on how we can fix this problem together. As opposed to, the problem is in the middle. I'm here, you're here, and we're just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Against each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so that's another tip is to basically, and you got to get in that observation mode to get there, right? Because if you feel attacked or you feeling defensive, right? Now you guys are opponents,
right?
And you just want to win. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. You just want to stay safe and protected, right? But if you guys are doing this thing together, right, and you want to be healthy together, then we have to look at it together, right? Because at the end of the day, I love you, you love me. You know what I'm saying? We love us.
Yes.
So how can we
get to the other side?
The other side together, right? So that both people feel loved,
seen,
cared for,
heard, validated, absolutely,
validated.
Absolutely.
And let's do it as a team. You know what I'm saying? So what is it? What is team? They say together each achieves more, right?
I don't think I've ever heard that. Actually.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It just popped in my head.
Oh, come on, they gave it to you.
Thank you, Source.
Right, hello.
Praise the Lord. But yeah, like, and that could be challenging and tough, especially when you think about the programs you picked up as a child. So think about that. If you know, who in your household, right, between your parents, always wanted to be right.
Had to be right all the time.
Did you pick that up from them? You know what I'm saying? Who in your household, and I know this is something I picked up. I believe I picked this up from my father, and this aloof.
Oh my
right?
God.
You don't have to do that. You do not have to make your eyes all big. Like, that's why she playing me. Right? Because you got the same thing. So how about that?
Sure.
We both have aloof.
We do.
Like, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm referring to is these
control dramas.
The control dramas from, if you read the book Celestine Prophecy, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, love this book. Celestine Prophecy. It's actually for free on YouTube. If you listen to the audio, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But in the Celestine Prophecy, it talked about 4 control dramas, and one of them was being aloof. Basically, that's your way of trying to control some type of drama that's happening, right? Where you become aloof, where it's like,
yeah, you dissociate, basically.
Yeah, you disassociate. Yeah. Basically, it's like you can't really tell if this is a problem or
what's happening here.
You just disconnect and you kind of just, be aloof, right? And then you have, I wasn't even trying to bring this up, but now it's here. So we have aloof. Then you have
the prosecutor.
Prosecutor, or
is that the person?
I
ask all the questions. The interrogator.
There's 2 though.
Okay.
Yes, the interrogator.
Interrogator
is a control drama where basically you're
asking a whole bunch of questions to distract from the problem.
Yeah, but when you ask the question, you're not asking to listen. You're asking to basically pick apart and critique, right, what the person is saying. And then what you got? Dang it.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think those 2.
Yeah. We're going to have another episode on that. Because I forgot about that. It just dropped in my spirit. But anyway, I know my ass is aloof, okay? So
you are, but you're getting so much better with it.
I'm working on being more present.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because it's basically a way to stay safe.
Yeah,
right?
It's a way to avoid feeling uncomfortable, unpleasant emotions.
Yeah, right. So if you disassociated from it and act like you're not bothered, you know what I'm saying? Then you don't really have to be bothered or be hurt. You know what I'm saying? And even though you still be hurt.
Even though you're still hurt.
But it's it's just a control drama. So anyway.
And it creates distance in your relationship.
Yes.
Right?
Intimacy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So but anyway, to say all this to say this.
All this to say this.
Brings us back to what was we saying?
We're talking about want to be right, want to be loved. So that's what
working as a team. Oh yeah, and then being opponents with each other. Yeah, right. Yeah. So you're looking at it as a team, right? And then looking at the problem as a team creates more intimacy, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because like when you go through something, you grow through something with your partner. You guys get stronger. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say it also allows an opportunity for you to think about solutions in a creative way, right?
Yeah.
Because when we're in survival mode, when we're trying to protect ourselves or defend ourselves, we don't really have access to just higher vibrations, right? So not only higher vibration in the form of our emotions, but just ways, having access to a greater ability to identify how to work through things, right? It's hard to come up or think critically or think of solutions when we're busy trying to survive and protect ourselves.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work that way.
Right. Like Dr. Joe talks about that.
Yeah.
Like you literally cannot.
Yeah.
Because your body is not all the blood is not in the brain.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to your limbs, it's going to your arms and your legs. Why? Because you might need to run, right? Because your body senses fear. It's a protection survival method, like from when we were hunters and gatherers, you know what I'm saying, where it's like if there was fear in the environment, it could have been a lion in the bush, right? A bear in the bush, and you need to run. So you're in fight, flight, freeze,
and
right?
Fawn is another one. Fawn.
Right, and at that time, the blood is rushing to your arms because you might need to fight. It's rushing to your legs because you need to run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not
Critical thinking is
critical
not
thinking.
available.
Like that's not the time where you're gonna stop and meditate,
Right?
And try to create abundance. Like no, this is the time where you running or you fighting. You know what I'm saying? So like just biologically, physiologically, right? It doesn't work like that. That's why you gotta give space sometimes so you can come calm back down.
Absolutely. So you can regulate that your sympathetic nervous system, right? Get back into parasympathetic, rest and balance, so that you can then think logically.
Yes, yes. Let your body repair.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Get that heart chakra back circulating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
all the
trauma.
Yeah.
It's trauma.
Indeed. Yeah. What's the next tip? Do we have another one?
Well,
perspective.
You did. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered the two that I had written down. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, about criticism in a relationship and what it does in relationships.
The four horsemen.
There you go.
The four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Can you talk about that?
Of course, yeah. So the four horsemen of the apocalypse comes from the work of John and Julia Gottman. So they are amazing therapists in the couples therapy arena. And so they actually brought couples into a lab and did studies, and then were able to determine that when couples had these four ways of being when in an argument, they were more likely to break up, right? Their marriages and relationships were more likely to end. And so the four horsemen of the apocalypse are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling, right? Criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. And so when we're being critical of our partners, we're attacking their character, right? So we're basically nitpicking, pointing out all of what we perceive to be their flaws, right? And in doing so, we're creating distance, right? And when really what we want is to be close. So on the other side of every criticism, there's a want, there's a need, there's a desire. And so instead of criticizing your partner, express what you want and what you need, right?
And and that requires vulnerability, right? It's easier, and then this is what we talking about. This is the work. It's the holy work, the inner work of you working on yourself, because it's easier to be critical
and to blame others,
rather than be vulnerable and expose what you want, right? For fear that it won't be met.
Absolutely.
So it's easier for me to say, oh, I always do the dishes. You never do the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like you always, and it's like right? But what is it that I want? Right? I don't want to do the dishes today. I want you to do the dishes. But rather than say that and ask you to do the dishes, I'm going to criticize you. But that all that does is creates the opposite effect. Absolutely. So it's like the thing that you want, because you didn't speak it, because you didn't become vulnerable, right? And now you're just criticizing the other person. Now naturally feels defensive, right?
You definitely don't want to meet your needs at that point.
Like you're not gonna get what you want if you want somebody to do the dishes, because you always do the dishes, right? We don't like to use absolutes, always and never.
Always,
but like you need to say what it is you want. Let's like, you know what? Today I had a long day. I really don't feel like doing the dishes. Do you think you could do the dishes tonight?
Right. Of course, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds better than you never do the dishes.
What you mean?
Right. Now, every time I come in here, it's always dishes.
Every time.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the whole defensive thing. You so cute. I can't even take you serious. I'm like, every time. I be looking all good talking like that. But you know what I'm saying? So like, these are key things to keep in mind.
Things to keep in mind. So instead of criticizing your partner, think about what you need and be willing enough to be uncomfortable to express that need, right? Because what's on the other side of that is the ability for you to have your needs met, right? So you gotta be willing to be uncomfortable if it means that you can get your needs met and you and your partner can get closer.
Yeah.
Right. And so the second horseman of the apocalypse is contempt, right? And so this is just when you're just downright mean and nasty to your partner, right? So you're using sarcasm, even calling them names, just being disrespectful, treating them as if they're not a human being. Right? That's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work because whenever we're even using the statement or the word you, like you always do this, the moment we use that word, defenses come up, right? And so if we're holding people in contempt, they can't even hear us because they're busy trying to protect themselves. And I hear, I see Asia put here, ego's job is to protect, absolutely. And so if I'm trying to protect myself, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. The only goal I have is to make sure that I am safe, right? So contempt just does not work. And we would say this, the remedy to contempt is to see that your partner is doing the best that they can. Just like you're doing the best that you can, they too are doing the best that they can. And that's the only way for you two to be able to work through a problem and get to the solution.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything to that? Cutie.
Not too much. I think you said it in a nutshell there. But yeah, just keeping that in perspective when you are experiencing challenges, being able to tell yourself, hey, my partner loves me. My partner is doing the best that they can. I'm doing the best that I can. Right?
Just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And this is an opportunity for growth. So let me give it some space, become the observer, connect back to God, higher self, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Woo-sa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And keep in mind, trying not to take everything personal.
Yes, that speaks to the next one.
Okay, good.
Defensiveness. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Try, because like that's an easy thing, like just to react. Like if somebody, you hear something you don't like, right?
Yeah.
Or when you hear the you word, you did this, you blah blah blah, right? You can become reactive, and now you're not hearing what they're saying. You feel attacked, right? And now you're taking it personally. But you gotta think to yourself, is that the intent of my partner? Is the intent of my partner to rip me to shreds and make me feel like shit? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And to keep that in mind, okay, let me not take this personal. Let me give this some space so that I can actually hear. And then what you like, even using the phrases like when your partner is telling you something, right, and you're saying to yourself, what I hear you saying is, right, this is something that I'm working on with the whole what I hear you saying is
reflective listening,
right? Reflective listening, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, right, and being able to repeat that back to your partner, because a lot of times what happens is when you're in the flare of the moment is that your partner is expressing something to you. You're in defense mode.
Yeah. Can't even hear it.
You can't hear it. And what they are saying might not be what you're hearing, right? And that's work of both parties, where learning how to say things without using phrases like you or always never, right? And then learning how to receive what you're hearing so you reflect it back. So what I hear you saying is, right?
Powerful tools.
Right, powerful tools, right? And also like we said before, being able to expose your vulnerability and say what it is, what you want. What is your wish? Right? What is your wish? So if your wish is that you want your partner to take you out to the movies, because in your mind it's like, we never go to the movies, we always do what you want to do, we never blah blah blah, right? What is it that you want?
What do you want?
Right. Well, I wish,
Yeah.
I remember when we used to go to the movies, it was so fun.
Yeah.
I wish that we could go to the movies again.
Absolutely.
Right? Instead of, you never take me to the movies, you never blah 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 blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna go out the window.
Absolutely.
Right? So being able to speak, ask for what you wish, and then also on the other receiving side, being able to receive it
that.
and then reflect it back. So what I hear you saying is, you miss when we used to go out, and you would like us to do a little bit more of those things, right? It is
so
more
soothing, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Isn't it? And to take it, one step further, talk about how doing the thing can actually be of benefit to your relationship, right? So what I would like is for us to go to the movies so we could spend more time together, so we can connect more.
Yes.
Right? Identifying what's in it for the both of you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That helps
That's
as
cool.
well.
That's cool.
Yeah. Right, because we're creatures of habit, right? We respond to reward and reinforcement. So if you really want to get your partner on your side, look at things from the perspective of what's in it for the both of us. That's how you get. That's how you get buy-in.
Yeah, and really, at the end of the day, it's all about just wanting to feel the connection.
That's it.
Wanting to feel loved.
Yes.
Somebody say y'all cute.
Thank you. That's Adrian. Hey.
Thank you. Wanting to feel loved, wanting to feel connected. But like, if you have some type of like, some inner trauma that you picked up when you were 0 to 7 with your parents, and you didn't feel loved, and you didn't feel blah blah blah, and now that's a trigger for you. So instead of that exposing that vulnerability, now you act out, right? Yeah. Now you're accusatory, right? Because maybe you saw screaming, yelling,
and doing
right?
all of that.
Yeah, because maybe you saw your parents do that. Maybe it was your mother always cussing out your father, or your father always cussing out your mother because something blah 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 blah. But what is the need?
Yeah.
That hasn't been met. What is the need? Yeah.
Indeed.
And we're about to count down on the clock. So.
Right. And the last horseman of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is stonewalling. So basically, this is a typical response to contempt, where we withdraw, put up a wall, and basically shut down. And so when that wall is up, we cannot connect. Right?
Yeah.
So again, another remedy to this, all the things we mentioned really, but just learning how to self-soothe. Because that wall comes up because we're overwhelmed with emotion. So we just shut down. We go within, right? And so we can't access our partner can't access us. So we have to make sure we learn how to self-soothe. And one of the things that I share with my clients is just allow the feelings to be present, right? See the feelings and even the unpleasant thoughts you're having, visualize them as clouds in the sky, right?
Yeah.
They come and they go, they ebb and they flow, right? But you are constant. Your relationship, the essence of your relationship, that's the big picture. So give yourself a minute to just allow those emotions and those thoughts to pass, and then come back and have a more productive, heart-centered conversation.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I think that's good.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, that is our topic for today.
That's our topic, and that's our time,
Love
folks.
hacks. Love hacks.
Love hacks. How to argue with your soulmate.
Because it's key.
It's
key, right?
It is key.
And a lot of people don't talk about these things. So like, we want to bring this up.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will help.
Yeah.
Keep people growing together, moving along
and
together.
loving together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you
Absolutely.
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please like and subscribe. Yes.
Check out our link tree, because we got merch on there, hoodies, t-shirts,
backpacks,
things,
Yeah.
Yes, and stay tuned for some upcoming events.
Absolutely. And if you'd like some support, with just navigating, the challenges that come up in relationships, definitely shoot us a DM. We do have a couples coaching program. Was it Conscious Couples Coaching?
Yes. So
Yes.
text love if you're interested to 410-645-0777. 410-645-0777. Text love if you're interested in any of those services. Also, text events to that same number if you're interested in some events that we will be having coming up for the melanated
community,
LGBT community. But that's our time, y'all. That's our time. And if you're in town, come out to Baltimore to Sizzimo's down Hamden, Eat the Cake Band.
Tonight.
We'll be performing
Tonight.
live. Tonight. Check out the page.
Yes. Always good to be here with you all. I am Lourdine Jean-Francois.
And I am Mzz.
Yes.
To the Z to the Z. And we out.
Peace.
Got me cloud surfing, cloud surfing, cloud surfing.
So just chill to the next episode.